Hi guys, it's Ugo and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing my review for Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This was a buddy read that I did with Kim from Expedition Through Pages. I'll link her channel down below if you want to check it. This is a young adult Arthurian retelling set in the present day. I would say it's a new adult. Definitely we should start using more the explanation of a new adult. And as I tell you, this is an Arthurian retelling of our main character, who is Bree, that after her mother died in a tragic accident, she goes to college, or to early college. And in the first night on this early college, she discovers magic. She discovers this underground world of magic, demons, Arthur legends and everything. And she enters trying to find why her mother was killed, because in this process she unchains some memories that there might be secrets about her mother's death. I think the book is very interesting. I love the twist they gave to the Arthurian retelling and to other Arthurian legends. I think the magic system is very interesting in the point of view of the user part. I don't think it's very complex, but I think it's very there are so many different abilities that each knight of the round table can have. Sometimes it's hard to focus what that person has, but the overall magic is very an input or output of energy and flux, or in this case ether, that creates or weapons or magic spells. And overall, in terms of the twist in the Arthurian tales, I think it was very interesting how they play with it, and definitely I'm very excited for the second one. This book, the second one, comes out next year, and I'm very excited for that because from what is hinted in the end of this book, it's going to be a lot of more in-depth or in even more twists on the Arthurian tales, and I'm really excited about it. Introducing new characters and new parts of the Arthurian legends, and that will be very interesting. I cannot say that I had the wrong idea. I had the correct idea about this book, because when I entered I was like, okay, it's gonna be like this. And even now I talk to Kim and we say, well, I was expecting that, but then he takes a turn that you think, okay, it's going to be different. It's going to take a different turn of what you usually see in these types of fantasies. And I was fine with it. I was like, well, this is interesting, it's refreshing. By the end, it gives another turn and it goes back to what I was thinking. I was like, okay, not mad. I like, but because I like that type of trope, but it's going on this twist from the blur and from the image and from everything that was built up. I always thought that was something there that was like, something here doesn't feel right. There's something that is not like connecting correctly, you know that feeling that you're always thinking like, there's something here that is missing, that doesn't make full sense. By the end it makes full sense. I was like, okay, now it makes sense, because from what we have now, it didn't make sense, but now it totally makes sense. I really like the characters and the set we have. I really like the way the characters interact during the novel. I think it was very interesting to see all the different aspects, even the systemic racism that exists. I think the author did a great job displaying through the novel and in the exact and in the perfect moments on that. I think Bree is such a dynamic and complex character by itself, from everything that she's been through, that it's so interesting to follow her, because she's so twisted by everything that you know that if that event's gonna twist or turn her in a different way and how it's gonna affect her. I think that was really interesting to follow as a main character. One of the things that I didn't enjoy as much is the possibility of a love triangle or a two love interest in the book. I think it wasn't necessary. I think she would stick, for me, personal opinion, she should stick with one love interest, definitely. Like, choose one and go with the story from the beginning, because it ended to one, it goes to one, but now it's into a second one, and it's gonna be a mess. You're gonna create an extra drama that is not necessary, while the drama could be focused on saving the world, which I will say it's more important than who's gonna date who. But let's give the benefit of the doubt and see how this goes. because I definitely see reasons why they both are love interests, but at the same time I think just one would be good. I would prefer one over another, but I'm happy with one of them, but not two at the same time, because I think it's over and it's unnecessary to create that. I was expecting a little bit more complexity from the reviews that I heard, that people claiming it was very complex and it was very messy. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel it was messy. I didn't feel it was complex for me in terms of names, because as you know, I'm terrible with memorizing names and attribute things, especially when, let's see, it's not main characters, like he appears in one scene, he makes something, and then he appears in the end of the book. I'm not expecting to remember that person, because it's like, yeah, you don't matter, you're just gonna be here for a scene, maybe two, so it doesn't ingrain me, or it doesn't ingrain in my brain, so I can fix them and say, okay, this has this ability, he's like this and that. It's because they don't matter. But definitely I think that was what caused me, not the magic. I think it's well explained through the novel how it works and how the author creates this magic system. Doesn't leave very much doubt on the rules that the author set through the novel. I think it's very interesting how each knight has his own abilities. That can be also hard to follow, who is the person who is connected to each knight in their abilities. But I think if you skip over that, or if you just go with the flow and say like, okay, let's say you have that ability, I don't remind, or I don't you don't, it's not that you don't care, but you just don't overthink it and you just go. The writing styling is very good. I was scared because my edition has such tiny letters. I was like, okay, this is gonna take me like a lot to finish. It's gonna be like those books that it's interesting but you get tired. I didn't get tired. I was, as you know, in not a very good place, and I was like going in, and it was very interesting how it flows. Yeah, I think overall it's a very good read. I'm very excited for the second one to come out next year. Definitely gonna read it and buddy read this, especially with Kim. Because I'm really excited how the author is gonna go with the story and what is gonna bring the second one. I have my bets. Let's see if they pay out. This was one of my 5-star predictions. I definitely think, I don't know, I'm a little bit conflicted. As you know, I don't like to give stars in reviews, but definitely it's above 4 stars. But I don't know if it reached totally the 5. I don't know. It is good. I like the characters, I like the magic, I like the story, but it doesn't, I think it missed something, some twist or something that made it different, you know. Probably the second one, if it creates new things, will be different and will be maybe reach that 5. For now, I'll say it's between those, but it's definitely very good. It was a very good call. Taking this Arthurian legend outside the medieval setting that where usually we see them, to a modern world, I think it was very good, very well done. And yeah, I totally recommend it if you haven't checked it out. I think, I don't know if it was laminated, because I don't know when this came out. This came out in 2020 or 21. Published first in 2020, so probably it was on Goodreads Choice Awards last year. If it wasn't, it's gonna be this year, because the book is really good. And yeah, I totally recommend it. This was my brief thoughts review, whatever you want to call it, from Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. Tell me in the comments if you have read it, what your thoughts. If you haven't, are you interested about it? Do you found the concept of the Arthurian legends having powers and totally possessing children to defeat demons interesting? I would love to know all about it. If you reach this far, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe. It's very important to grow the channels and to interact, especially subscribing, because I'm almost reaching the 500. I would love to reach that by the beginning of next year. And yeah, I post videos every Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. GTM, and I have live reading sprints at Fridays at 9 p.m. GTM also. So yeah, see you guys there, and I see you guys on my next video. Bye.